Okay, so what did everybody else think it was going to be? Okay, are we doing is it time for senior presentations?
I guess.
Yay. I think that we have some junior drama students who would like to speak about these seniors, and I'd like all the seniors to please come and sit up here.
Couch.
No, right here on the stage, center stage, please.
On the couch.
All the seniors on. I don't think they'll fit.
Oh, we're drunk.
Okay, guys. Mr. Bethany. Okay, what basically we're gonna do is we're gonna invite those who are here up to stand next to the drama junior person who's talking about you. And we have a little special something for you in a certificate that says basically every time, graduating senior, I survived Sheldon Theater. And that's a big survival skill around here, I think. So I'll go to you guys. Plus, Jen has the wonderful opportunity to come out, and she will be presenting you with beautiful rose to send you off on your way. So, cool. And to start the senior goodbyes, I'm going to introduce Mary Schwieger.
Hi, I'm not a junior, and so I shouldn't really be up here. I'm cheating. But there's sort of a rule in drama that when a freshman comes in, there's stages of cockiness, I guess you could call it in drama. And when a freshman comes in, supposedly the cockiest people they will ever meet are their juniors. And you're supposed to be, as a freshman, corrupted by your juniors. And these people are my juniors. And I love them, and when I came in, I idolized the seniors, but the juniors were the people that I worshiped, because the juniors were the people that gave me life, that gave me friendship, and that brought me out of the little shell that I came from in middle school, where I was in this little shell of, bad self-confidence and scaredness, and I was really scared of this stage and these people, and these juniors really gave me life and wonderfulness, and I would like to thank them, and especially people like Kevin Kelly and Dom for being I was their freshman, and my heart is leaving with one of them, and the other one is like my other best friend in the world, and I love them both. And for Jason Bernini for giving the best hugs in the world, and Julie Brown for being one of my best friends in the entire world and making me cry when she said her senior goodbye, and it was so sad. And for people like Alicia, who I spent so much time with in Christmas Carol, and when I got Best Actress, it really should have gone to her because she was so much better, because every night when she and Kevin did that scene, I cried. And for people like Stina, who I just began to meet, and Sherilyn and Beth, and Elizabeth, and people that I love, these girls are leaving me forever. And then people that I don't know very well, like Daniel and Nathan and Shauna and all these people that I love so dearly that I didn't get to know very well, and I love them. And Tim, who I don't know very well, but I love them all because they've all helped me become one of the drama person that I am today. And Chris for getting me in trouble with Tammy when they were reading the script for the first time for Brigadoon, and every 5 seconds it was Chris and Mary, would you please be quiet, Chris and Mary. And just, I love these people, and these are the people that corrupted me, and these are the people that made me dramatized, and these are the people that make me the actress that I am. So that's why I wanted to be part of Senior Goodbyes, and I love them, and I know I shouldn't be up here, but I just really had to say goodbye to you all because I love you so much, and I'm gonna miss you.
Okay, I have to be really brief because Jason, we were fighting over Jason, to the best of my knowledge, because I got him first. But I have known Jason since the 7th grade, and I sat behind him in Mr. Duchin's algebra class. And you look at him now, he kind of has these big ears. But when he was in 7th grade, he had this huge, oversized head, and these ears that just stuck out. And I sat behind him, and I used to flick his ears every day, and he hated it. And everybody thought I was flirting, but really I just like to flick his ears. And that's always what I think of when I see Jason. And even though he's like this big, like idolized senior, and I just like think about 7th grade when I just flicked his ears all day long. And I'm really gonna miss him. And he's been kind of like really influential in my life. Even though like it wouldn't seem like it, but he does give great hugs, and I always miss that because he's kind of like big and tall and scary, and then like he just hugs people all the time, and I like that. That's great. So anyway, Jason Materney.
Okay, wait. We're gonna talk about Paul Bodley now. Yeah! Paul Bodley now.
No, numerous people get to hear you. That's not the way. Sorry. No, that's not gonna go. I don't think anyone has a problem with being here all night. No, exactly not.
Great. I don't know. It's hit me recently that all these people are leaving. Every time I think I can't do something, or I have a problem, or something just isn't right. I have my friends that are my own year, and I have all these other people, but I always have Jason. And he's gonna be gone next year, and that is really, really hard. And I don't know if he knows how much he means to me. It's just not going to be the same next year.
I go now?
Paul Bodley is not here. We know that. Is there anybody who'd like to say a moment about Paul?
Was anybody at Academy Awards?
Okay. Paul Bodley. Okay, Paul Bodley won like 9 awards or something.
More than
12. Okay, 12 awards. I know that Julie Brown had a crush on Paul Bodley for a really long time, and I actually also had a crush on Paul Bodley at the beginning of this year. He was in AP Chemistry with me, and he was amazing. Paul Bodley is the smartest, nicest guy I've ever met in my life, and he's great. And it's really a shame that like not more people know him because he really is an amazing person. So hooray for Paul Bodley, and I'm gonna miss him. Okay, this is me again, Stina and Alicia. I specially requested for Stina and Alicia to be together because I can't talk about Stina without talking about Alicia, and now I'm crying. Stina and Alicia were just amazing to me this year, and I am crying so hard. Okay. It's Stina. Stina's going to Norway, and that's where she lives, so it makes sense, because she's Norwegian. And it's crazy, because I had an exchange student when I was 8, and I was like, exchange students suck. And I felt so pathetic, because I was at the hairdresser, and I said that my best friend was an exchange student, and I was like, oh, I'm so pathetic. But Stina's just such an amazing person, and Alicia, like, I was friends with her sort of when I was growing up. Like, I knew her, and we were sort of friends in high school, but we never really hung out until this year, and like, just the three of us clicked so well, which is crazy because girls usually hate each other, and we've never even fought. And just, I don't know. I'm so glad. Except for one time, Alicia burned my head really badly when she was doing my hair, and then I cried, but she bought me a flower. So it's okay. But Alicia's staying here, and that makes me so tremendously happy because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, after they graduate, I'm not gonna have any friends. Like, it's gonna be me for a week alone in high school, and I'm just gonna sit and like eat lunch by myself and cry. And I'm so glad that Alicia's staying in Eugene and going to the U of O, or else I would have an emotional breakdown and like never talk to anybody again. And I just love you guys so much, and I just want to thank you for all of the Sherry's runs that we've had, and all of the chocolate milkshakes, and all the crying, and all the laughing, and all of the shushing, and everybody hates us because we're so loud and annoying, but they're just jealous because we're happy and they aren't. So, to my two best friends I've ever had in my entire life, it's so horrible to say goodbye, and especially to Sina because she's leaving and she's going halfway around the world. I just want to thank you so much for making this year the best year of my entire life. I love you guys so much.
Nate Booster, who's not with us tonight, who we love anyway.
Okay, I'll talk about Nate. Nate and I go back to freshman year and we hated each other. And Nate's really loud and really obnoxious, but we all love him. And he's kind of a rebel, and I only did one show with him last year, so I only know him from Grease and mooning everybody. But Nate always lifts everybody's spirits, and he's always happy, and he's hilarious, and if you know him in varsity choir, then he's just a big troublemaker. But in drama, he was always fun. I think he's everybody's friend, and him and Chris Wagner, they'll stay together forever. But Nate's staying here at U of O, so that's cool. He'll come back, and he threatens to come beat people up and come visit and pester everybody, so he'll be okay. But I think everybody's going to talk about Nate Booster and how awful and funny and obnoxious and nice he was at the same time, and nobody's going to remember, and that's going to be really sad. But I think everybody here is going to remember Nate and talk about him. He's a great guy. He'll be missed.
Julie Brown, come join us.
Really, your butt's long.
Okay, we couldn't decide who was going to do Julie Brown, so we're both doing Julie Brown as one.
Two together.
Yeah. She always smiles, and she always has brightened my day, and it's been great having her around. And I'm going to miss her. Gonna have to take random trips to Idaho.
Random trips to Idaho.
Julie. I can honestly say that you are the most beautiful person that I have ever known in my whole life. You are nice to everybody, even when people are punks their freshman year and nobody likes them, but you smile and you hug them because that's just you. You're beautiful. And next year there's going to be negative Julie as children's drama. And coming out second period, skipping class and going to Julie Brown and going to Hodgepodge. You're just going to be in Idaho with all your hot Mormon friends. I don't know, your spirit's beautiful, your faith in everybody's beautiful, everything about you, and everybody that knows you, they're all so lucky to be blessed by your presence. I know I'm very lucky, and even though you'll be in Idaho, far away, we'll come visit and talk about your fun dorm friends across the street. And, I know that even though you'll be far away, that I'll always keep a little piece of Julie Brown, because my life would just have a big chunk missing, a big smile would be gone from my face.
And even with all the She's very good with corruption.
Yes.
Miss you.
I love you.
Emily Dobra is not here with us tonight. Britta will be speaking on her behalf.
Miss Emily Dobra, who did absolutely nothing this year, but we adore, would have fit in this year even better than she did during The Man Who Came to Dinner, her one show. She was an awesome props manager, and I love her to death, and she and I are into the hippie stuff, and for those of you who know her, she's pretty out there and fun, and we love her, and she is definitely part of this place, even though she only did one show.
Mr. Nathan Insco. I love the picture.
Okay, well, I've known Nathan for 2 years, and I don't know what to say. He's just always been there. Great hugs. Just wonderful memories that I'll just never forget, and I don't know what to say.
Someone I will always remember for the rest of my life, Nathan. Thank you for everything.
Kevin Kelly.
Okay. Kevin was another person I think that we were kind of fighting for, but I've imagined his senior goodbye in my head since I was in the 8th grade, because I first met him when I was in Mr. Duchin's algebra class, and he was there, and I think he got really bad grades. And he was, if you had known him now, like if you had known somebody named Kevin then, and then you had met Kevin now, like you would not know it's the same person. He was this little shy. He wouldn't really talk to anybody except for me, because I kind of forced him to, because I was like, hi, how's it going? You know, like he sat across the aisle from me, and we used to pass notes and talk about girls, because he had a crush on some girl for like 8 years. And and he had a crush on Carly Bodner. She was also in our math class. Yeah, that was pretty good. When he was in when he was in Father of the Bride, he had these tight pants. And my sister was in that show, and him and I were still pretty good friends. I was in 8th grade, he was a freshman, so we didn't go to the same school, but we still used to talk on IM all the time, and he told me about these tight pants that he had gotten like the day after he was costumed. And I didn't really, he was like, oh yeah, when you come see the show, you'll notice the tight pants. And so I've been looking forward to this for like months, because I'd heard so much about these tight pants, and my sister talked about them all the time. And seriously, they were like skin tight. Like, I wish you guys could have seen the show, because nobody's like laughing, but they were so tight. And he was a furniture mover, and he had these really, really tight pants. And so it was just like the greatest thing. Like, I was in the audience, and then he comes on with these tight pants, and I think about peed my pants laughing. And my sister Emily and I had this joke where we used to be like, I'm petting Kevin Kelly's pets. And I'm petting Kevin Kelly. And I don't even know where it came from or what it meant. It wasn't like sexual, because that's gross, don't think that. But it was just really funny. And Kevin Kelly, my freshman year, it was just such a role model to me, and I didn't really know anybody else other than Kevin when I came. And when we were on vacation together, and we were husband and wife, and I remember when we were first cast, they asked us if we were friends, and I said yes, and they were like, oh good, because then you'll have chemistry and you can work off that. And well, at the end of vacation, I think Kevin was probably the most hated person in my life. I yelled at him just about every night because he didn't know his lines, and one time he cut an entire scene, like between me and him and I think Scott Coatsworth, who I had a big, huge crush on. And I didn't get to act with him that night, so I was so mad at Kevin. And I remember punching him in front of one of the backstage supervisors. And I got into so much trouble because I was cussing at him and punching him while the scene was going on. And we were probably about like 2 feet into the drum or something, and so I'm sure that probably everybody heard it. And that's like one of my favorite memories, because just Kevin is like one of my just biggest role models, and I'm going to remember him for the rest of my life. And I know that I'm going to remember him for the rest of my life, and so many people fade out. But Kevin's just, I mean, everybody here probably remember Kevin, because he just stands out, and he's such an individual. And I remember just every show that I've acted with him I've loved, and I've loved acting with him even though I yelled at him because he never knew his lines. And he's such a great actor, and he's so amazing. And I remember being so proud of him when he won Best Freshman. And just to have seen him grow up, even though I'm younger than him, it's just like so fun to have watched him. Oh, in 7th grade, he shaved half of his head and wore the rest of it in a ponytail, and it was all greasy. And it was so great. It was so funny. And I told him it was really ugly, and he wouldn't believe me. And there aren't any pictures, but there's a video of him playing in the band. And so if you want to see it, you should look into that, because it was really, really great. And I think I was one of Kevin's only friends. And I love you so much, Kevin, and it's going to be crazy without you, and I don't know what to say else other than that.
Miss Shauna Lafferty-Chin.
Okay, I didn't know Shauna very well, but I remember her my freshman year, because I think, was that the last time you did the show? Yeah, okay, my freshman year, and it was vacation, and she was the P.S. I Love You girl, and everybody gave her a lot of crap for her dress, but it was funny. And I just remember her being a really nice person, and we'd always give each other hugs, even though she was like, who's this crazy freshman? And I just remember her as a really nice person, and somebody that I really wanted to get to know better, and I wish I did. So.
Elizabeth Lamb.
I don't know what to say, and one thing I'm going to weigh, I'm glad you're graduating, because I'm so ready to come to OSU and visit you, Elizabeth. I'm so psyched. The past 3 years, I've come to love you so much, Elizabeth. You're such an amazing girl. Thank you for everything you've done in my life and how much you've impacted me. I will never forget you.
Sherilyn Mock.
Now, I know a lot of people haven't really gotten to see a lot of Sherilyn because she's been in the office with Tammy a lot, but she's a really, really, really nice person. And I don't know whether you know this or not, but she works for my mom on the weekends, so she comes over to my house. And I've gotten to talk to her during our little work sessions, and she's a really cool person and just really nice to get to know. And I didn't really get to talk to her much because she was busy doing other things, but I do know that she's a really hard worker and that a lot of you wouldn't want to have her job because it's thankless and you deal with sitting in an office, watching people laugh and, you know, have their inside jokes, and you're sitting in there working, but, you know, it's what you love to do, so thanks.
Andrew Nealon.
For all of you that don't know who I am, my name is Tim Biddle. I haven't been in the drama at all this year because of logistics and problems with my parental units. Andrew and I have butted heads many, many times. We've had a lot of hard times over the past years, but he's really, really a great, great guy. I've looked up to him all last year as he was my stage manager. And I looked at him and I said, that's who I want to be. Because year before, Will Biddle was the stage manager. And he's my older brother. And a lot of people looked up to him. And I'm not going to look up to him because he's my older brother. And so I turned to Andrew instead because he did a lot. He really did a lot. He knows so much about this theater that I probably never ever achieve what he has achieved. And I just want you to know that I really, really like this guy, even though I didn't show it. Oh, yes. We had an interesting situation on our hands sophomore year.
Our freshman.
Oh, I'm sorry, our freshman year. I'm getting mixed up. Andrew Nealon seemed to get sick because he liked Dayquil when he was sick.
Oh no, you liked Dayquil.
You liked Dayquil. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a very interesting time. Go ahead.
Okay, so my freshman year I had second period off. And I think Andrew I had biology with Andrew. That was some fun stuff. And one day, Andrew was sick. And he took the bottle of Dayquil and just kind of chugged it. Peer pressure. Peer pressure, right. So I think that second period and that lunch.
The rest of the day.
Oh, okay, fine, the rest of the day. He was a little bit off.
Tipsy. Sicker.
And so to solve this problem of having too much Dayquil in his system, he was like, hey, I'm going to drink gallons upon gallons upon gallons of water. Because that makes sense. Flush the system, whatnot.
Get it out.
Right, so every 6 minutes he had to pee. And every time he would go into the bathroom, I think we only did it like 3 times and then it stopped working, but every time he would go into the bathroom, we would switch places. And he would come out and come and look at us, and I'd just go back into the bathroom and hope that maybe we would go back to where we were. And I don't know how much of it was just Andrew playing around or how much he was actually confused. But that was some fun stuff, and I'm going to miss Andrew. And he wasn't around this year, kind of, and that pissed me off. No, I'm not going to hit you. But I'm going to miss you.
I'll hit him for you.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Dominic Passarelli. Dominic.
I don't know. Okay. Megan was going to come up here with me, but
It's okay.
okay. Here you are. Okay. Here, I'm going to turn this way. Okay. Man, where do I start? Yeah. Okay. So, I came in my freshman year and tried out for Harvey. Didn't get in. And I remember sitting in the rehearsals because I was a drama groupie, and even though I didn't have to be here, I decided to anyway, and I sat in the chairs, and I remember watching this one scene where Dom was supposed to be laughing at a joke. I think that he was laughing and having Harvey laugh with him. And he would never laugh long enough, and it was really funny, and Chris would play Harvey and pretend he was a little white rabbit, and that was my first memory of Dom. But as I got to know him better through The Man Who Came to Dinner, let's see, Guys and Dolls was before that, Grease, Illusion, all that, I really got to know the person. I mean, he gave me rides home practically every day since we lived next to each other. And I got to see how cool a person he really is. I mean, gosh, I don't know what to say. I remember thinking in Illusion, you know, seeing him on stage as Harvey and then playing opposite with him in Illusion, how did I get here? How did I deserve to be on the same stage? He was always a real inspiration to me. And I always really looked up to him, for advice or anything. And it meant a lot to me that I could come with any problem or any concern or just to talk, and he would be there and listen. And I know he probably had other things that he'd rather be doing, but he always listened to me till the end. Sure, gave me some opinions that I listened to, and some, well, I didn't. But all in the end, it really helped me out and made me who I am today. So, thanks.
Okay, Dom. I haven't known you for very long, but I have vague little memories from Greece, and so I think I can only talk about this year in Brigadoon. When we were cast opposite each other, I was terrified. I was so scared because I had little to no experience at Sheldon, and I was like, I'm cast opposite Dominic Passarelli, oh my God. It was like the most intimidating thing. And I remember coming in to our first notes and you coming up and giving me this big hug and how reassuring it was. And through the whole entire show, I've gotten to know you really well, and you eased all of my nerves, and we just have a boring day at rehearsal where things wouldn't go well, and you just start doing a little Dom dance and it'd crack up, and then in our intense little Blinding Inferno scenes on stage, I was scared out of my mind at first, like, stage kiss, I've never done it before, and you just totally made me laugh. And you were a teacher for me, and I've learned so much, and my ability went from here, or I should say my confidence went from here to all the way up there because you've helped me so much. And here I am, and I don't have to worry about missing you because I know that you're one of the people that I'll know for the rest of my life, and I'm wearing your clothes, and it'll be fine. So yeah, this program will miss you, but I know that you mean so much to other people that you won't disappear altogether.
Okay. Now we're going to be speaking about Chris Sherman. Okay. Chris Sherman.
Dom will advocate that if you ever try to get Chris Sherman to actually talk, he's a very cool guy. He's a little odd, but fun. It will be well worth your time and effort.
I would love it because she did a lot for Sheldon Theater.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Katrina Parker, who isn't here, but she was really involved her sophomore year, and she never did anything after that. She was in all 3 shows, or all 4, my freshman year, her sophomore year, and she became my best friend. I remember the first time I saw her, it was at Harvey auditions, and we sat and talked about hot guys the entire time. And I mean, we just seriously, probably Scott Coatsworth, because yeah, he was really hot. But we just talked, I mean, that's all, and that was like Katrina to me. And I mean, if you know Katrina, or if you knew Katrina and I when we were best friends, that's like what we were. And I remember Dom one time said that Katrina and I were more than just like this. We were like so much like this that it was like beyond, like you can't even, it was like worse than me, Alicia, and Stina almost. Like, we were together all the time. Like, we were inseparable. And we, I mean, it's crazy because I don't really talk to her very much anymore. And it's really too bad that she didn't do drama because I know she still really feels like drama is a big part of her. And she still talks about how much she misses drama and how much she misses drama people. And she couldn't be here. I know I invited her. She couldn't be here tonight, but she was a really great person, and we had a lot of fun. And her and Chris were really good friends, and they used to make that noise, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
What was that noise?
And it drove me crazy, and they did it a lot to spite me. And Chris used to do it backstage, and then I used to yell at him. During the play, yeah. But we're not, I don't know. It was insanity, and that's when I hated Chris. But now I really like Chris. And, but I'm not talking about Chris, because I'm talking about Katrina. And Katrina, honestly, okay, I say a lot, like, about how I'm going to laugh so hard I'm going to pee my pants. Katrina, really, one time, I laughed so hard I really did pee my pants. And that's a really embarrassing story, but that's Katrina, and it's like so sad that you guys don't know her, because we used to laugh so much, and then I had to go change my pants, and I was at school, and it was really horrible. I don't know, I think Katrina is great, and I'm just sort of standing around now, so I'm gonna stop talking about Katrina, but she was a great person, and she's just, like, people should just find her, like, look her up in the yearbook and be like, you know, Helen Shepard told me to get to know you, because you're awesome, so, hooray for Katrina. Yay.
Can you talk about dating game? She was so awesome.
Tammy would like to talk, for me to talk about the dating game.
It was a variety show.
Yeah, in Vacation, which was a variety show, there was a dating game, and she played a, like, she had this crazy dress that later Chabel Sapi, or Chelsea Cartledge, wore that in Greece, and it was this, like, weird pantsuit, I don't know, but she was so funny. She had, like, Tourette syndrome, and Tammy really liked it. I kind of thought it was annoying, but she won an award for that, and then she rubbed it in, like, every day of our life together. Like, she used to talk about that all the time because she was so proud of it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Daniel Wertela.
Okay, I'm going to talk about my freshman year again, because that's when I most remember Daniel. He acted in Guys and Dolls, but somehow he used that. Not that one, but a camera. Wasn't it an old one? Yeah. So, Guys and Dolls, he played the photographer. And what was really cool about this is he actually took pictures on stage. So let's say you're walking across the stage. Didn't you take a picture of Justin and Joe going across the stage? So we got actual pictures during performances of people on stage. And I think that was the coolest thing. And then I remember you taking pictures of the Havana dancers. And that was a little interesting because sometimes the shots, I don't think you saw the Havana dancer costumes, but they were like this and like that. And sometimes the camera angles got interesting, and yeah, it was that and the strip teases that went on during the show. Those made for interesting photographs. So anyway, yeah. So that's how I'll always remember Daniel, as the guy with the camera, and he still has one. And I don't know, I just wanted to say that he's always been kind of silent, but, you know, there and working on the shows and always involved, so thanks.
Beth Wagner.
Yeah, I know. I haven't already done that.
Beth, we had fun on our hill. We selling our yarn, we selling my bread, and of course the creation of the eternal Brigadoon booty dance. That was a ball. Oh yeah. Rendition?
Yes.
Okay. But now to be able to say hello to you in the halls is a great honor because I never knew you at all, in any way. And it's a lot of fun. And thank you. I love you.
Not so fast.
Ha! Beth, you were always the one with the J. Crew catalog and the espressos every morning. And I remember sitting, this will be short. I remember in vocal rehearsal sitting there reading Fitness Magazine and you looking at all the girls saying, I want to be that girl. Beth, you are that girl. Look at yourself. And I'm so happy to get a chance to work with you this year. We had so much fun and beating each other up and making the last one. Very fun. We should have a rematch sometime. So Yeah, if I could go to North Carolina, yeah, just South Carolina, then I'm gonna come visit you if I ever get to go anywhere on the road because I want to see you play volleyball because you're a stud. So thank you for being a part of this. Just personally, I bet everybody would, but you're an amazing person and an amazing little actress, and you look so hot in that little black dress.
Okay, so the next one is Chris Wagner.
There's a couple of us that are going to say a couple of things about Chris, and I'm going to go last. So it's going to go Katie, Alan, me, I think.
Okay. I'm cheating too. I'm not a junior. I'm not a junior. Oh well. Chris, you were amazing in the show. Oh my gosh. I think when he was cast as Harry Beaton, he was a little disappointed because he didn't get a bigger part. But he was like the most amazing dancer. Like, he's never had any dance training, and he was, wow. I watched you in the sword dance every day, and it was amazing, and I could not have picked a better dancing partner. And I loved dancing with you in the show, and I'm so sad that it's over, because I don't get to do it anymore. And I'm going to miss you so much, but you're only going to the U of O, so I'm going to come and find your apartment and bug you and Nate. I will show up at random times. Hi! You'll be like, go away. I'll be like, no. So, I'm going to miss you.
Well, anybody that knows Chris Wagner knows that he is a quality guy. There is no doubt. I don't think I've ever worked with in drama or in dubs a man who I've considered more talented, more morally straight, I guess. You know, I've never seen a man as I've respected quite this much. I remember almost every night up until performance, there was always this muffin square thing. Now, I don't know what the heck the muffin square is, but all I know is that was probably one of my most favorite memories of you. Wagner, you're an amazing man, and I think that I've been blessed 10 times over to have ever had the chance to even seeing you come every day for dubs, coming to drama, doing it because you liked doing it. It was an unbelievable inspiration, and one of the inspirations that I'm going to truly miss in this theater. I love you.
Thank you, Alan.
All right, I'm really a junior, so I really get to talk. So, yeah, that's okay. Chris and I kind of go back a fairly long ways. The last couple of years he's been in dubs, and my first year in dubs, he was kind of like Nate's quieter half, and it was just kind of that's who he was. He was with Nate, and he was always quiet. And then the next year, he kind of got, or towards the end of the year, I guess, in Greece, he got a lot more talkative, and I got to know him a little better. And then this year, he's just been really, really cool, and that's been fun because I got to goof off with him a lot, and we kind of got to mumble around to each other about getting screwed over in casting for Brigadoon, and he had more to kind of be upset about because he's a senior. But I moaned a lot more, and he kind of took it a little better, so I admire him for that. And then I got shafted today, and that was just kind of lame. But see, Chris got an award his senior year, so he's an inspiration because maybe I'll get off the shaft circuit by my senior year.
I gave you a nice, beautiful slap.
So, but Chris and Nate and this class kind of represents the last of what makes, for me, drama people and dubs. And so it's going to be a little hard next year because there's some pretty quality people that have graduated last year and this year, and they're going to be hard to replace. And Chris is definitely not in the least of those. And so I'm going to miss you.
It's your turn.
Okay, and last but not least, Mr. Tim Morrell.
All right, Tim. Yeah. Tim. No. All right. Bit of a backstory between me and Tim here. His sophomore year, my junior year, I was in a physics class with Zach and Ben and Tim. And Zach, Ben, and I would have failed the physics class had it not been for Tim. For he was smarter than all three of us put together. Now, every day I hang out with Tim at the U of O campus because he's pretty much smarter than everyone at Sheldon. And sadly, I won't be able to hang out with him next year because he's going to OSU. Yeah. Go Beavs. But, Tim, I just wanted you to know that the last couple of years, being your friend has been very awesome. You're a great guy. And I'm just very happy that we could spend hours and hours yapping about science fiction television while wandering down Kincaid Street. And I'm going to be taping the season premiere of Farscape for you.
Okay, well, I guess this officially, yes. Oh, goodness. Okay. Duncan Frost, you are not graduating, but in our eyes you are. Would you please join us for your senior 2-year early goodbye?
None of us had them.
Is that a record?
We don't have to be juniors. He's not a senior.
We had to do this.
I know none of us are juniors, and Julie's scoffing at us for it, but
Oh, jeez.
yes. Duncan tends to have a bit of a fan club here. You are special, Duncan. You're very special.
We all got the shot.
Sorry. Duncan's leaving early. He's special. Anyhow, to commemorate our experiences with him, we've come up with an ode to Duncan.
Yes, we prepared a poem.
Quotes from a memorable experience. Arr, I'm a pirate.
Hoo-ha! I'm tired of wearing pants.
Fromage.
So I took Death's sickle.
And I threw it as far as I could.
And we commenced to wrestle.
You can take our pictures. You can take our freedom. But you can never take our pictures.
Jeff?
Charge!
And last but not least,
Shut up, Aaron.
Really quick, I have to say this. In the middle of 6th grade, I moved here from across town, and I didn't know anybody. And Duncan was the first guy I met around here. And he was my friend to help me make that transition. And, I'll probably never be able to be him. Probably never be able to stand up to what he is now, but I mean, I really respect this guy, and I'm gonna miss him around here.
Okay, I told this to Duncan before, but I'd like everyone to know. Well, when I was in 4th grade, he went to the same elementary school I did, and he got casted as Scrooge in Christmas Carol for Mr. Temple's class. And I sat there, and I've watched it every year before, because Mr. Temple always did that play. But until Duncan did Scrooge, I had not really cared at all about performing or anything. And because of Duncan's performance, I became an actor and wanted to act. And so my greatness I've done this year and how hard I've worked is because I wanted to live up to be like Duncan.
Duncan was the very first friend I ever had in my entire life who was actually my friend because he wanted to be, and I love him, and he's my brother, and he's my twin, and we will always be the same, and Duncan's my other half. And I'm gonna miss him.
Hey, I am breaking the Blue Men Code, so, I can't speak, but anyway, I am going to. So, I've known Duncan for one drama production, and he's been really nice to me. He's done everything for me. He taught me how to guard Genie, and that was the funniest thing I think I've ever done, the coolest thing, and I want to thank him for that, and I want to thank him for being the best friend I ever had. So.
I just want to say that I've always really looked up to Duncan, and that I really regret that I'm not going to be able to spend my last 2 years with him and get to know him better. So.
Okay, Tammy hates me because, I mean right now, because like there are tons of people here to talk about Duncan and she really hates that.
No, it's not.
But
I don't hate that.
I know, okay,
There's a cleanup that has to happen. So.
Okay, okay, Tammy, shut up. Anyway, Duncan, like, I'm gonna die next year because this show, okay, he was supposed to be my assistant makeup manager for A Christmas Carol, and then he decided to leave. And I think I pretty much hated him when he did that. I just wanted to kick him, and I was so mad at him, and I like begged Tammy for Brigadoon to make him my assistant manager in the middle of notes, and he was like, what? But then he was my assistant manager, and he just like stepped up so much, and I mean, I was a big slacker, and I remember I came, I think, what was it, 45 minutes to an hour late for the teaser. And I didn't know that we were supposed to be here at 7, but I thought it was 7:30, so I was here at like 8. And I come in and Duncan's like, hey, and I was like, oops, sorry, I'm late. And he was like, it's okay, you're Helen, I just expected you to be late. And like, I guess for Christmas Carol and the Illusion or something too, he also had to do that for me, because I guess I'm a slacker. But I'm gonna miss him so much, and he's gonna be like a legend, and just like Nerf man. That laugh about that. There's this guy in this book that we were using for the Scottish, like for makeup to make facial hair, and he just looks like there's a picture of him, but he's like, and we made up a little. He was like, I don't know why I'm talking right now, but just I'm always gonna remember that. Like I'll think about Duncan, and then I'll think about Nerf man, and about Jorge Van Dyke, and about how everybody in Brigadoon can't shave their goatees. If you guys, I almost peed my pants in the makeup training because we were making facial hair, and we were talking about how everybody in Brigadoon couldn't shave their goatees, and like Dob could only be a part of Brigadoon if he grew a goatee. I don't know, but it was funny. And Duncan is one of the funniest people I've ever met, and the best assistant co-makeup manager that anybody could ever have, probably, because he just let me slack off and then like made me look good, and it was great. And I'm really gonna miss him, and I really love you, Duncan.
Duncan, I have done only 3 shows, 2 of which were at Monroe, and every one of them was with you. Usually a very close part, not this one. I have known you through my best friend, through middle school, through high school, you've just kind of been there. You've been a friend, you've been, a crush maybe once, and I'm sad that you're leaving, but I'm also glad that you're going to be able to go and start living the dream that I know has been yours forever. Thank you.
Duncan, this was my first performance here at Sheldon. I've been wanting to do this since I was a freshman, but I had other things. And, I met you in the hallway, drama hall, first time here. And, it was funny. I didn't really know your name, but I learned it during auditions. And I also learned through you how to roll my tongue. I do not know how to roll my tongue. So, thank you for being a friend. I'll miss you.
Oh, not you again.
Yes, me again. I'm sorry, I had to come up here. I remember when I first met Duncan in 6th grade, and it was with Jeff, and we were pretty crazy back then. We've known each other for quite some time, and then I remember when I first found out Duncan was an actor. It really surprised me. Actually, no, it didn't, but... And then I remember thinking, wow, he's really got everything under control. He knows what he wants to do with his life, and I wish I could do that. And we got to auditions for Brigadoon, and he came up and did his audition and talked about wrestling with death, and I realized he's just as crazy as I am. And that really made me happy. And since then, I've really gotten to know Duncan a lot better, and unfortunately, he's going to be leaving, and I won't be able to do anything but email him and see him whenever he comes down. But I remember we made an agreement that we'd meet each other on Broadway, and I'll look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, really quick, I'm sorry. I remember when I had to look up at Duncan because I was about this tall. And he was only a couple inches shorter than he is now. And even though the height difference is a little different, I still do look up to you.
Okay. I first met Duncan when we did Dogs in 8th grade. Oh, that was a really...
Tail wagging musical.
Tail wagging musical.
I have to say, that was a bad show.
And I get another accent.
Yeah, he played Scottish Dude, which he would relive in Man Who Came to Dinner. But I got to know him, and he got to be a really good friend of mine. And I don't know what I'm gonna say. I mean, we've had ups and downs and everything, and you know, but he'll always be a really great friend to me. He really will. And I just want to let you know that if you think that, you know, when you go to Michigan that you don't have any friends here, look around. You have a lot. And you have somebody who really cares about you. A lot of people. And I know that a lot of people are going to miss you. And I just wanted to say thank you. And I care about you a lot. And, you know, good luck.
Duncan, I'm going to write you a letter to say all the stuff that everybody else has already said. But I want to let you know, I love you like a brother, but like the way black people mean it, which means more.
Okay.
Okay, I guess, okay, I'm going to talk about a couple people here, really quick though. And Duncan, it's been fun, and it's been really fun working with you, and I'm going to miss you, and hopefully I'll see you during the summer. And, yeah, just really going to miss you. And I need to talk to someone else here. Dom, I need to talk to you. Okay, when certain events happened to me and my family earlier this year, you were there for me, you and your family, and you were just really supportive, and I'm going to miss that, and I'm really going to miss you. And so.
I think I'm about to say what Tammy's about to say. We've been here for 6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah,
this is without a doubt the 2 hours longer than any Drum Awards there have ever been. It always starts at 7, it's out by 11. This is insane. Anyway, kids, I hope that you've all, and I guess you're turning off now. Can we do an official close, a polite official close to a great year? And maybe we can all stop talking back here, Alan Stout, etc. Guys, let's check in. We're finishing this show. Come on, check in. Okay, if there are any adults out in the audience, oh my goodness, thank you for staying all night and living through all of this with us. Children on stage, shh for a second. We have baccalaureate tomorrow morning, so we really seriously need everyone to wake up and help us clean this entire area. And thank you very much. It's been a great evening. Love you all. Shauna.